You know, the WWE has watered down the identity of Survivor Series. You know, wasn't it supposed to be the Thanksgiving elimination match tradition? First they take away the Thanksgiving part, and now we should be thankful if we get one elimination match. And on top of that, the teams in the elimination match don't even make sense. It's like they were thrown together as an afterthought. Even the website called them a hodgepodge of wrestlers. You know, remember when Survivor Series teams made sense? They're watering down the identity of Survivor Series, and I don't like it. They need to go back to the roots of what Survivor Series is supposed to be about. Of the big four pay-per-views during this crappy WWE era, Survivor Series is probably the one that gets me the most upset because in my opinion, it's the one that's been most robbed of its identity. The Survivor Series was always about purpose-based alliances formed from storyline, each with their own cause and their own flag that they carried into battle, alright? It's not about these random teams just thrown together 2 weeks before the show starts, you know? That's meaningless. It's embarrassing, and it's an insult to what Survivor Series once stood for. Since my early videos, one of the consistent complaints I've had about TNA has been its cheesy, gimmicky set, particularly in the Impact Zone. I mean, you had these two entrance tunnels, one for the good guys and one for the bad guys, each leading down striped ramps to this gimmicky ring that had 6 sides for no apparent reason in front of a bunch of bleachers. You couldn't take it seriously looking at it. It looked like a Nickelodeon daytime show. Yet, now that TNA seems to be starting to get rid of some of this crap, people are actually complaining? What? Wasn't one of the main complaints was that TNA had too much gimmicky stuff? You mean people actually want the 6-sided ring and that little entrance tunnel with those little flashing lights inside? I mean, come on. You know, people are saying, oh, now they're copying the WWE set. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that the WWE invented the 4-sided ring in the standard entrance aisle. And come on, it looks nothing like a WWE set. If anything, it reminds me of the Clash of the Champions set with the raised entrance platform in front of a smaller venue. It looks nothing like the WWE. This is ridiculous, you know? Since when was converting to a normal ring and a normal entrance aisle controversial? So we have fans who actually seem to be inexplicably complaining about a 4-sided ring. They want a 6-sided ring. But why? Is it for tradition? No. So is it then for performance? No. Does anybody here actually think that the 6-sided ring made guys like Jeff Hardy and Christian Cage wrestle better? And now that they're not in the 6-sided ring, they're not as good? Come on. There is no evidence that 6 sides makes a performance difference. So is it then for clarity? You can see the ring better with 6 sides? No! With a 4-sided ring, you can look straight through to the other side. With a 6-sided ring, you got these 2 extra pillars that get in the way, which have gotten in my way at live events. So basically, in my opinion, people are wanting the 6-sided ring for no reason. Gee, thanks New Age fans. You've made wrestling so much better. Now, before I get to Survivor Series, let me talk a little bit about career-ending matches in wrestling. Career-ending matches in wrestling mean nothing. Alright? Did anybody actually think that WrestleMania 7 would be Macho Man's last match? Did anybody actually think that WrestleMania 24 would be Ric Flair's last match? Alright? The career-ending stipulation for Taker vs. HBK at Entertainment 26 means nothing. It adds nothing to the match. Does anybody actually think that's going to be the last time we see Shawn Michaels, even if he doesn't win? No, it's bogus. Alright? And why are you even accepting Taker vs. HBK for the millionth time? Shouldn't you be demanding what they could be giving us? So we know that Shawn Michaels is probably fighting Taker again at Entertainment. And I'm guessing Bret Hart might be in John Cena's corner for his rematch from SummerSlam against Batista. So, are you just going to sit there and accept these rematches? Are you saying there's no way the WWE can provide better than this? I have an idea. How about we switch opponents a little bit? How about this? Oh, now we're talking. the Taker streak on the line against the unstoppable John Cena? Meanwhile, Bret Hart in Shawn Michaels' corner? Now we're talking. But we're not going to get this, are we? Because the WWE, they have no reason to give it to us. Now let's talk about Survivor Series. Now I know that a lot of viewers are probably expecting me to be trashing the WWE like crazy for canceling it, but I think a lot of people have already done that. So I'm going to take a happier approach. This is going to be my celebration of the great legacy that is Survivor Series. Sharing some of my personal favorite memories of Survivor Series and Survivor Series related moments, and commencing the first ever PS Power Awards! Now let's start with 1989. Now one of the best things about the earlier Survivor Series were the teams and their identities. For example, you had Rude's Brood, which was comprised of all these arrogant, self-absorbed jerks. Then you had Roddy's Rowdies, who were just a bunch of nuts. You see what was lost when the WWE stopped building identity into teams? It became random and lost meaning. Roddy's Rowdies versus Rude's Brood is one of the most memorable Survivor Series team matches for me. Piper versus Rude, the perfect Plex victory, and the post-match celebration. Celebrating Turkey Day the ravishing way. Was that perfect or what? 1990. Now, while people these days like to make a big deal of the Taker's debut at that Survivor Series, back in the day as it was happening, it wasn't a big deal at all. It was just another monster heel debut like Zeus. I wasn't thinking about the Taker's debut. I was thinking about Vipers versus Visionaries. 1990, though, also had the greatest Survivor Series team, the Warriors! Look at this, the greatest team, and the PS Power Award winner for Best Survivor Series Team. Now let's recall 1991. Hulk Hogan had pretty much spent the time kicking the crap out of Sergeant Slaughter through WrestleMania, through SummerSlam, and I expected him to continue kicking the crap out of Sergeant Slaughter, who I never really considered any sort of serious threat. He was basically Hulk Hogan's punching bag. I get my issue of WWF Magazine, I turn the page, and I see this! Oh shit! I remember exactly where I was when I first saw this poster. Now, if only the WWE would do Cena vs. Taker at Entertainia. 1992. The Warrior leaves. Macho Man needs a new partner. What do you think about that? Wet Weasel! And the PS Power Award for Best Survivor Series Face Turn. 1994, Razor Ramon is outnumbered 5-1, but Shawn Michaels' entire team is counted out at the same time when Diesel chases him down the aisle. Get back here! Razor Ramon's in the ring by himself, wins the match, gets up, looks around, and is like, yeah! The PS Power Award for Best Heel Turn goes to Diesel vs. Bret, 1995. I'm back! The PS Power Award for Most Memorable Ending goes to the Montreal Screwjob, 1997. In one of the most memorable Survivor Series of all time, 1998, the Foley-McMahon Rock Saga and the birth of the Corporate Champion, which is the runner-up for both Best Heel Turn and Most Memorable Ending. In this recent WWE era of stupid, illogical teams, it's amazing that one awesome team was able to come from it. 2006. Team DX. Look at how awesome this team looks. It's like the Warriors for this generation. And it gets the PS Power Award for Best Recent Team. Are you missing Survivor Series yet?